guess this will be my first video. My name is Rob. I have a small lawn and landscape business in Southern Ontario. Primarily look after about 60 properties, various sizes, small, medium, large, some commercial, some residential, a few cemeteries, churches, businesses, widows, a few wealthy people, a whole mix, a nice mix. And I've been operating this business since 2005. I guess I'm embarking on my 14th season with 13 seasons or years done. I do snow removal, and the majority of my business I do in a small town of about 2,000, 2,500 people. And the town is growing. There's a lot of new construction, and I don't really get a lot of that business, although I'm getting a bit of weed control and fertilization out of that. I'm not actively pursuing it. I'm pretty well working solo, a bit of help with two of my sons, aged 13 and 15, so they're helping me. And I do have a part-time fellow that helps me out. We're busy a few nights a week, maybe some Saturdays. He's a mechanic. It's just sort of therapy for him. So, we have a great time together, drink some coffee, and have some fun. So, with that, I love lawn care. I was a golf course superintendent for about 13 years prior to doing on my own, as well as I worked for a landscape construction company. And when I was in college, I have a diploma in horticulture, and at that time I worked for a fella doing lawn maintenance as well. So I've basically, my whole life, I've been making money through lawn maintenance and turf management. Married, I've a great wife that's very supportive. She stays at home, and through the time of running this business, she's raised all four of my children, and so that's working out nicely. And that's what that's the business that I run. I do snow removal in the winter, which is sidewalks, driveways, a few parking lots. So I do some with a plow on my truck. I have a 7.5-foot Western Unimount on a 2000 GMC 2500. I have a Kubota BX 2370 with a front end loader, which I don't use in the winter but in the summer, and it has a I think 50-inch front mount snowblower with hydraulic rotating chute and hydraulic up and down, PTO driven. And I have a whole bunch of snow shovels that I use also. So I try to do a lot of it on my own, but I do rely on some help. Some kids, a bit of part-time help here and there to help me get through that. So I'm just heading through town now. Today I brought my snowblower tractor back into town, getting ready for a storm tonight. We're the 1st of March today, and they're predicting 15-20 centimeters wet, heavy snow. So not really looking forward to that, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen with that. When we get up early tomorrow morning, we'll see what's on the ground or what's falling, and we'll get started from there, and we'll tackle it. We'll go from there. Sometimes we're out for 16, 18 hours, and home for a few hours, and then back out again. So I run this small business. I used to have a lot more properties, had more guys working for me, always pretty well been one truck. Sometimes branched out a bit into two. We had a Jeep and a little trailer, but for the most part, it's pretty well one truck and trailer. We've sometimes left guys at a site. We cut some big cemeteries and leave some guys there, but for the most part, we've been a one truck trailer outfit. And this is my 3rd year. We'll call it going solo, but I do use part-time help. I have hired part-time help. I don't think I'll be able to stay 100% solo. The phone rings for things. If you've been in business this long, and I'm not saying, if you do good work, it's word of mouth, and the phone rings, and even if you try and trim out some properties each year, you know, a couple new ones seem to come along that you want to take. They're right beside one that you're already doing. So it's hard to not take on new work. My wife gets so mad about that, but and I make the majority of my money in 35 weeks from basically the 1st of we'll say the 1st of April on through to we'll say December 1st. But a lot of times I can start earlier than that, and some years I can work later than that, and sometimes there's snow in between that gap as well. So we make money doing snow in the winter, but it's can be feast or famine. This year's been a pretty busy winter. It's great, and then some of your repairs are a bit higher and different things like that. So we just, you know, we need to make some money in the winter. There's no doubt. We need a bit of revenue. My wife stays home with 4 kids and a mortgage, and you know, the business still has costs in the wintertime, so we need to make some money. So that's gonna be it for right now. I just pulled in home, and from when I started, I think I was just on the north side of town, and I live a couple of miles south of town. So that town we just drove through is where the majority of my work is. I do have a day or so and more of outside of town, but a lot of my work is right in that town. So it's close to home, and that works out kind of nice. Okay, so that's going to be it for right now. So good.